Welcome back to the Sky and the Shy podcast. And today I'm talking about free agency rumors, what's going on with Skytown overseas, and there are some coaching updates for the Sky. Let's get into it. So first thing I want to talk about is the free agency rumors. When it comes to free agency rumors, I really don't like to partake too much. If you check my Twitter or you check Sky and the Shy website, I don't really talk too much about rumors. I wait till the news is at least official enough that it's being reported as this deal is done, and then talk about that. I don't like to think in the hypothetical. But I think at this point, we're starting a free agency and we're starting to see some literal evidence of things that are likely to happen, more so than just speculation heard from a friend of a friend, right? So I want to talk about some of those and what I think will happen or might happen if these things do pan out. So the first one is a report, and all of these are from Annie Costable. Read her work that she does with the Sun Times. It's all really great. Everything. It's all good. So go read her work there. And she reported that Diamond DeShield's future with the Skies in question. Her tweet says, and she has an article attached to it as well. She said, Diamond DeShield's free agency status is fluid right now. Her agent, Mike Hound, said DeShields has taken meetings with half the league via Zoom and has narrowed it down to 3 serious contenders as of Thursday. So, I don't think it's any surprise that this is happening. Diamond, had a down year with the Sky, and not only was it a down year in production, it was a down year in terms of, playing time and kind of her place on the team. And although the team won the championship and she's now a champion, probably not the way she envisioned it, and I think not the way many people envisioned it for Diamond. So I'm not surprised. She was definitely one of those players that I thought, it probably isn't coming back because of these reasons. And it looks like that's more likely to be true than not. Obviously, we don't know yet, but I would be surprised if she did return. I'd love for her to be back, but it's just looking unlikely at this point. Another one that kind of surprised me, this one did surprise me versus Diamond that didn't, was Courtney Vandersloot. She's had multiple meetings scheduled. A league source told Chicago Sun-Times Monday the 17th, so the previous week, not this Monday that just passed. And this one kind of surprised me because I was hoping the Vanderquigs just kind of signed, sealed, and left it alone, but they're looking into other options. They both have options, Courtney Vandersloot and Ellie Quigley, and I definitely don't want them to go, and they're huge. Obviously, Courtney Vandersloot's the starter, the point guard as we call her, and Quigley was either a starter or coming right off the bench, playing very, very significant minutes, basically at worst the 6th, 7th most important person on a championship team. Replacing both would be a lot. That would just be a lot. So, hopefully that doesn't happen, but it's definitely, it's moved up in my radar from like not very concerned to a little concerned. And obviously if we get another report that she's nearing a deal with someone else, then it goes to a lot concerned. So team might look very different, and the Sky, are trying to find a balance between running it back and upgrading / people are going to want to leave. Every championship team goes through this. People want to get paid. They want a bigger role, blah, blah, blah. Totally natural. It's part of the business. It's how it works. And these players who are unrestricted have earned the right to do whatever they want to do. And that might not be in your best interest as a fan of the team you root for, right? So that just might be how it is, but we'll see. I hope they come back, but this kind of has opened the door even more than their free agency status that they might not return. And the last main player I want to highlight is Stephanie Dolce. She has taken meetings with the Storm. She's had IG stuff on the Las Vegas Aces, and I believe she's also been linked with the New York Liberty, so she's kind of making her rounds, and that's another one. I was a big Stephanie Dolce backer, mainly because I was a doubter like way back in the day, so when for those who don't know, when James Wade got here, I thought that was the end for Stephanie Dolce, and I'm like, they're going to play a big fast lineup, and she's not going to be able to handle it. Once she shut me up and proved me wrong, I'm never doubting Dolce again, never. And that's played me well. Whenever she had poor games in the regular season, I'm like, Dolce's a champ. She just finds a way all the time. And this year was an amazing year for her, winning an Olympic gold medal in 3x3, winning the WNBA championship, and playing significant minutes and making significant plays down the stretch of the finals was incredible to watch and see her. Again, she proved people wrong. Even if she had bad games, when the going got tough, she got going. So, having a player like that would be great for the Aces who are trying to, get over the hump. Great for a team like Liberty who might be building a super team according to some of those rumors. Adding a player like Dolce who knows a role and can play it well. She's incredibly valuable to any team that is a team that has aspirations for something bigger than just regular season success. And yeah, I don't want that piece to leave. Hopefully she stays, but when there's this many players interested in leaving, there's definitely gonna be some players that leave just money wise and roster constraints and all that. So it'll just be a matter of which ones stay and which ones go. And we'll see about Dolce. I'm definitely right now I think there's still a stronger chance Dolce comes back than, let's say, Diamond. I don't know where she is compared to Vandersloot and Quigley. For all I know, they're all leaving. So we just have to sit tight a little bit, wait on bated breath, and hopefully the team is not absolutely decimated. Because I think we all generally love this team. They gave us a championship, so many good times, so many good years, and we want to just see them have a chance to repeat and defend it. But that team might look very different, obviously, if all of these rumors kind of come true or if some of these rumors come true. All right, next I want to talk about Chicago Sky players playing in EuroLeague Women. Again, EuroLeague Women, most of the Chicago Sky players, except I believe Dolce and Parker, are playing overseas, getting some reps in there, playing professional, getting paid as well, because we know the WNBA is getting better at how much they pay their players, but it's still not enough. And because of that, they go play elsewhere to make a more comfortable living. So I like to support these women. I like to watch these games. I like to see what they're doing. Again, Europe is definitely a different style than the WNBA, so you can't translate what happens in Europe one-to-one to the WNBA. Just like you can't translate what happens in college to the WNBA. Now, again, EuroLeague is a legitimate league. It's a legitimate tournament, actually, kind of like Champions League in soccer. So think of it that way. Every country has their own leagues, and EuroLeague's kind of champions of champions playing each other for one true championship. So yeah, again, just like Champions League, and if you watch soccer, it's the same kind of concept. And now again, EuroLeague definitely way better than NCAA. It's no comparison. These are professional athletes, but it's a different type of tournament, different type of teams. It is different. You can't really compare it that way. What I look for when I watch the Chicago Sky players playing in Euro is I want the players who are already known to be great, like Quigley and Vandersloot, to just continue to look good. And I want the players like Astu and Dana Evans and even Diamond DeShields, who didn't play as much in the regular season or in the season with the Sky, to get bigger reps, and I hope they look good there, and hope that some of that can translate. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So that's kind of where I come from. So anyway, I want to talk about the players that are playing there this week, because there's a lot of EuroLeague happening, and that way, in case you want to watch some of it, you'll know who's playing who and which games have Chicago Sky implications. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start with the games happening on Wednesday, January 26th. So hopefully when you listen to this recording, which is as soon as it drops, you still have some time to watch these games. Again, these games are all available on the EuroLeague Women's official YouTube channel. Also, there's a free app that has all the games, all the stats. You can vote on who you think is going to win. It's actually a pretty cool app. And again, all this is free as long as you have, internet and all that you need to, use apps and be on the internet. You can access all this, and they have the games live. They live stream them, and afterwards the recordings are there, so you can also rewatch games. If you're like, hey, I miss Quigley playing with UMCC, you can just go ahead and click the link and watch the game from scratch. Probably didn't get spoiled as much, because if you live in the States, not too many people are talking about this, so you can also even watch it without knowing what happened, and if not, it's still good to see how they played. Okay, let's get into it. The first one is actually UMCC versus NBA. This game features Allie Quigley playing with UMCC, and UMCC, just in case you didn't know, they are the cream of the crop of Europe, basically. They're the best team. They've been the best team for a while. They're the defending champs, and they're 11-0, and Quigley has also played well during her time this year with them. So, again, that's a player who I just want to see her keep shooting and looking good. And so far, that's happened. So I already know how she plays in the WNBA. She plays magnificently. So she's still playing good. That's good to know. The other game is KSC Cesar versus Perfumerias Avenida. Okay, I'm going to have to work on these for sure, because I'm tired of being bad at it. And this game features two Sky players. Dana Evans will be playing with KSC. And Kalia Copper is with Avenida, and that one's going to be interesting. Kalia Copper has been her MVP self. She's dropping 26 points a game. She's really pushing to be, the cream of the crop there as well, just like she was in the W. And Dana Evans is playing well. She's scoring 11 points in her 29 minutes of play. And again, that's a player that didn't play much because she's, a young player on the Sky. So I'm glad she's getting these kind of reps in Europe, because I want her to play as much basketball at a high level as possible, if that wasn't really possible with the Sky this season because of, the championship and all that. So good for her playing that much, and great to see KFC continue to get buckets in Europe. And the final game for Wednesday is BLMA versus Umana Rare. And in this game, we have Astu Dufal. She's playing with Umana Rare. And again, she's a veteran, but now she's getting more minutes and a bigger role there in Europe versus here with the Sky in the WNBA. She's averaging 11 points and 5 rebounds, playing almost 19 minutes. So good to see Astu out there being active and getting some more run than what she got with the Sky. All right, and finally on Saturday, we only have one game. It's very, very early. I think it's like, I don't know, I think it's like 1 a.m. East Coast time, so it might actually be Friday night for you. So with all these games, check your local listings. Again, it's Europe, so it's time zones are way different than here. That's why they didn't even put the time zones in, because Skytown's kind of grown so much. I'm in the West Coast, living in LA, and most of Chicago Sky are in Central Time, but a good amount are in the East Coast time. And it was just like trying to figure out what the times would be and for who. I didn't even want to acquiesce to East Coast or anything. I'm like, hey, it's all over there. You probably want to take a look at it. So if you're listening to this when it airs, that's great, because you have a few days to look at the times and see what they are for you. But either way, this one, I definitely have to warn you, it might be extremely late Friday night or very, very early Saturday morning. But regardless, it's UMCC versus KSC Sexar. I'm going to say KSC. And with this game, it's going to be Allie Quigley versus Dana Evans. So again, you're going to see more Quigley. You're going to see more Dana Evans, hopefully. And I'm really looking forward to this as well, seeing how Dana plays against a top team like UMCC. They're pretty much stacked with a bunch of great European talent and great WNBA players. That team would probably win the WNBA championship. It's impossible for them to play in the W because they literally have WNBA players, but in an alternate world, they probably win. So that's going to be exciting to watch and check out. So I'm looking forward to these games. It's always fun watching EuroLeague, and hopefully you give it a chance. Hopefully you're already watching and supporting them overseas, so that when they come back, they're in great form and ready to go get that second title. All right, and the last segment for this pod is going to be on the coaching staff for the Sky. There have been some minor things happening. One is James Wade is now a U.S. Women's National Team coaching staff team scout, which is incredible. So he's part of the coaching staff as a team scout, and it's great. Here's his direct quote on his Twitter, at Coach James Wade. "It has been a dream of mine to be involved with USA Basketball in any capacity, so I'm very excited and honored to be selected to this position." So that's just fantastic to read, and to hear. He's done so much already in his career, won championships. He also coached with UMCC and in Europe, and to see him now in USA, women's team as a scout is fantastic. So it's been really, really great. And kudos to James Wade. That's really cool news, and really happy for him. So it's been awesome having him be part of the Sky and everything he's done already, get in the ring and everything. All right. And the final one here I want to talk about is Ann Walters is expected to be named assistant coach for the Chicago Sky. So this is, also just some new news of who's going to be part of the Chicago Sky coaching staff. Don't know too much about, her coaching style and things of that nature yet. So I'm just excited about that and hopefully, adding some more brilliant minds to an already brilliant staff. So again, these are, minor moves. Maybe you don't even notice until, preseason starts and all that, but this is the beginning of documenting, how things are going and documenting, what was happening with the team, with the rumors of what's going to happen with the roster by the time we get to training camp, with what's happening right now in Europe, and now, the couple moves here and there with the coaching staff and, administrative stuff, if you will. So it's been really interesting, and I'm really excited for the season to start. We're still a ways away, but we're not too far away. So that concludes this episode of the Sky in the Shy podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're going to continue watching these Chicago Sky players playing in Europe, and let's just be patient on free agency. It's developing. Let's see what happens. Let's hope at the end of it, Chicago retains as many of their players as they could, and that all the players are happy with where they are playing in 2022. All right, so I will talk to you again in a couple weeks. We'll see how things develop and what the main stories are, and we'll address those as I see fit. So let me know how you like the podcast. Make sure you review it on Spotify. You can now review it on Spotify, which is still a new feature. So looking forward to seeing the ratings and what y'all think of it on Spotify. So if you're listening there, please give me a review. If not, totally fine. Review it wherever you can and let people know, hey, we got a really cool podcast on the Chicago Sky that is bi-monthly. All right, I'll talk to you in the next one. Go Sky.